Welcome back. Tonight I've got a bone to pick about osteoporosis. And I'm going to pick that bone with Susan Moorhart from Blackmores. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Jude.
What exactly is osteoporosis?
Osteoporosis literally means porous bones. And basically it's a reduction in the total bone mass, and the remaining bone, it becomes very fragile, very brittle. The first symptoms you might notice are pains in the back, maybe in the hip, and as time progresses you'll notice that maybe you're reducing in height, you're more prone to fractures.
The classic little old lady wall.
Exactly, yes, yes.
But it's not just a little old lady's thing, is it, really? I mean, I was actually quite surprised to realise that men could get osteoporosis too.
That's right. Men and women both can get osteoporosis, although women that are past the menopause do get osteoporosis more often.
Why is that?
It's because past the menopause, women don't have the protection of the estrogens, which are so very important in maintaining the calcium in the bone structure.
So calcium's the biggie here, is it? Loss of calcium?
Yes, calcium is very, very important, but there are many, many other factors involved as well. For example, magnesium is very important. There's research that has come out recently that shows that magnesium is perhaps just as important, if not more so, than calcium in predisposing to osteoporosis. As well, phosphorus is very important in proper structural growth. Your vitamin D, which is the sunshine vitamin, and you get from sun on your skin. That's very, very important in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus as well. And then your vitamin C is very important because vitamin C forms the collagen, or is a precursor to forming collagen, which is the protein substance which forms the matrix or the framework into which all the minerals are then deposited to make that good, strong bone.
Wow. I feel like I should be having a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, we're in a country, we've got lots of dairy food. Are we all right then, you know, eating our yogurt and our milk and...
Well, dairy foods are high in calcium. The problem tends to be that we're not absorbing enough calcium. We only basically absorb about 20% of the calcium that we ingest.
20%?
20%.
Wow.
So you need to make sure you're getting a lot of calcium. And as we get older, our digestion, it becomes less efficient in getting that calcium out of the foods that we eat.
Okay, so you can take it in tablet form?
Yes, that's the best thing to do if you think you're not getting enough in your diet. And I would suggest something like Blackmore's Total Calcium. Now, this is a wonderful little formula because it not only contains your calcium, but it contains all your other supporting cofactors as well for good, healthy bone development. And it's got your proper ratio of calcium to magnesium in your 2-to-1 ratio.
Okay. For a woman my age, pre-menopause, do I do some of this or do I just forget about this till I'm 50?
It's very, very important to start thinking about osteoporosis now in actual fact because it's the diet that you're eating now that is forming your bones and making them strong because it's the demineralization of your bones as you get older. So if you've got good, healthy bones now, you can prevent that from happening.
Thanks for that, Susan. Now, just to recap, calcium alone isn't enough. It's the interplay between this and other nutrients like magnesium, phosphorus, vitamin D and vitamin C. So look to make sure you've got all of these on board, either through diet or supplementation. And do get plenty of weight-bearing exercise. Walking is perfect. You better get cracking on the calcium front. Join Susan and I next week because we talk about PMS. Tonight's home hint comes from Mrs. Anne Whippy, QBE, that's qualified by experience. It's for all you parents out there of the Bulrush Brigade. To ensure children's shirt and pants buttons never come off again, sew them on with dental floss. Haven't quite got to that stage yet. Simple cotton seems to do the trick nicely, but you never know.
Yes, we're all guilty. At one time or another, we've all skipped breakfast. What most of us don't realise or choose to ignore is breakfast is the fuel for the day. Skip it and you'll affect your day's achievements. Our metabolism operates quicker in the morning, so we need fuel to assist this. This will enhance our concentration and also our energy level.
For breakfast, a beautiful bruschetta, and we're going to serve this with tomatoes, bacon, mushrooms. I'm just slicing these tomatoes. What you need to do is really get 6 slices out of each tomato and just discard the ends. I'll just chop through there, keeping those fingers well and truly back, and we'll just discard those ends into the rubbish tin. And then over to the bruschetta. First of all, what I'm going to mix is some garlic, some oregano, and some olive oil. I've got around about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic in there, and we'll just pop that one in. And I'm just using some dried oregano. You can use some fresh if you wish, and pour that one in. And really give that a good mix up. Now, bruschetta really is it's a nice, thick, crusty bread, and you need to infuse it. So I'm using like an olive oil in here, a little bit of garlic, and that oregano, and that's the infusion. And all you do is give that a liberal brushing across all of those. The garlic tends to stay into the dish, so you can actually just drizzle that on after once you've put that oil on there. You don't need to be too careful with this one. And if you find you've run out of olive oil, just place a little bit more in there. It's not a problem at all. Now, you don't need any salt and pepper in this at this stage, so you can use any crusty loaf that you really want. A nice Vienna loaf. I'm actually using a herb and olive loaf here, which is really nice. Just pop that into there, and then, as I say, that garlic can just be drizzled across the top. Pack it all onto there. Try and get the rest of those bits out. It smells gorgeous. It smells really good. Tip that onto there. So that's the base of it, and then all we do is slice those tomatoes and place across the top. Nice and evenly, and we're just going to season those with a little bit of ground black pepper and a little bit of salt into there. So around about 3 slices on each one's pretty much okay. Get them nice and even. They've got to look good. Presentation's part of the art of cooking. And a little bit of salt and pepper over the top of those ones. We'll start off with a bit of ground black pepper. Now, these ones want to go into the oven on 220 degrees, and they're going to take around about 10 to 12 minutes. And all you're doing is really getting that bread to go nice and crusty, let those tomatoes soak through really nicely, and all those spices that you've got in there as well. Now, you can get quite creative with these if you want. You can put a little bit of smoked salmon across the top of there. That makes them very, very special, or just a few fresh herbs. And then just place them into the oven. And as I said, 10 to 12 minutes on about 220. Now we'll start frying some bacon off. Got a little bit of olive oil in the fry pan, and just about 2 tablespoonfuls there, and about 6 slices of bacon. That's just been cut into nice little strips. Pop that into there. Give it a real good sizzle. Give it a good stir around. Just to seal that bacon, and then we're going to add in those mushrooms. Take that one off. So just tip in the mushrooms. There's around about 175 grams of mushrooms there, and they've just been thinly sliced through. So give the bacon and mushrooms a little sizzle. Leave those to one side, and we'll grab out that bruschetta. Whoa. That is cooked to perfection. Put that to one side. And then what we're going to do is stack these mushrooms and bacon nice and high on top of each one. Over to the serving plate. And we're just going to serve a nice dollop of sour cream over the top of those. Or you can actually put a little bit of creme fraiche on those as well, which is very, very nice. Just pack it on. Whoops. It's not very controllable, isn't the old sour cream? Stay. Nice pot of coffee on the side, and you've got breakfast bruschetta, tomato, bacon, and mushrooms. Very, very nice indeed.
Does look good. If you'd like a copy of Graham's bruschetta recipe, see the current issue of the Weekly or pick up a recipe card at your local Woolworths supermarket. Might just try that one myself this weekend. Don't go away, because we talk jeans after the break.
When buying your jeans, look for quality stitching and hardware like buttons and flies.
And Simon fills us in on a few easy-to-grow natives.